be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, a disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy. Think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every street. I won't let them fester me. I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirst.
Hey shooters, welcome back to the Shooters Resource Channel. Today we're going to be looking at Shadow Systems XR920 made by Shadow Systems. I also have a review on their XR920, which is their Glock 17 size gun. This is really more like a Glock 45 or Glock 19X because it's got a 17 round magazine and a 4-inch slide. But before we get started, go ahead and take a second, hit that like and subscribe button, support the channel. All right, shooters, first up, let's talk about the difference between the XR series, the MR series, and the DR series within Shadow System. The XR series is what we're reviewing today. We've already got a review on the DR series, which is their full-size duty use gun, which is essentially a Glock 17 size, meaning 17 round magazine, 4.5-inch barrel. So this is a Glock 17 Gen 5. That is what the DR is. And their MR is their 4-inch barrel and 15 round magazine. The XR is a combination of the two. It's got the longer grip for 17 rounds and the shorter 4-inch barrel. And there's a lot of different reasons why someone might want a full round capacity and a 4-inch barrel. One of the things that people often quote is the ability to clear a holster faster with the shorter barrel. You also get a little bit lighter slide weight, and so sometimes it feels like you can cycle these shorter barreled guns a little faster. As part 2 of this video series, I'm going to do a full comparison of the Shadow Systems to the Glock platform. And I've got the two out right now for reference, but we're not going to go deeply into that. You'll have to check out the second video to see it. I do want to touch on a couple things concerning the Shadow System, though, in terms of features. This is an excellent gun. I really enjoyed shooting it. I'm very happy that I bought the Shadow Systems. And we can start out by pointing out some of the benefits of the Shadow Systems with the frame. The frame itself has got this great texture to it. It's got all types of great features baked in, just like this shelf to put your thumb on. That gives you something to rest it on as you drive through recoil. So as the gun comes up, you have that thumb shelf. Some people call them a speed pedal, and there's a bunch of different terms for it, but a lot of people modify their frames or buy aftermarket parts to get that feature on a gun. Also, the grip angle is fully adjustable, so where you get back straps with other guns, this actually allows you to change the angle of the grip. The one that it came with is the same angle as the Glock 19 or Glock 17. Here's the Glock 17, and you can see the grip size and angle is identical. It also has some beveling right here, but the gun, and let me show you real quick, it came with this great carrying case. It also had a standard box, but I went ahead and put all the added features that were in the carrying case, or that was in the box inside the carrying case. But you get these back straps, and these back straps change the angle as mentioned, but you also get a mag well. So if you wanted to go to put a mag well on there to make magazine changes a little easier, then you can do that. I found that changing mags was no problem with the current the standard mag well that's just molded into the frame, so I'm going to leave it that way. But they give you everything you need to change out those back straps and add in that mag well. They give you 2 Magpul mags. I wish that they gave you 3. All the Glocks come with 3 these days. I think for the price point, you should get 3. You are getting a lot of features, so it's not a deal breaker. But you do get 2 mags, with the second one just being already wrapped up. And then you get everything you need to mount optics. But, it gives you this pocket right here to place the gun in, which has some nice soft felt. And then you have a magazine holder band right here, so you can hold 5 magazines. So great little carrying case from Shadow Systems. That's much appreciated. But let's get back to the features of the gun. So some other things on the grip that works in terms of making this gun such an easy gun to shoot fast and just adds to the ergonomics is it's got an extended beaver tail right here. That prevents upward motion of the barrel. So muzzle flip as you shoot, as long as you got a nice strong grip there, because you've got that tang right there into the web of your hand. So it's got a large beaver tail, which is really nice. And the trigger guard is also undercut very well on this pistol. So that allows you to get a nice high firm grip, and also allows you to drive the web of that hand into the beaver tail really easy. So overall, the grip on this gun is great. I had no problem shooting it fast, and also had no problem with, just ergonomics or anything like that. I think the texturing's perfect. It's not too aggressive, but it's also so aggressive that you get a really good purchase on the firearm. All right, next up, let's talk about some of the things going on with the slide. This slide has definitely got a lot going on. It has directional serrations, which really makes cocking the gun really easy, no matter how you want to do it. If you want to come with a press check. They're cut deep enough, too, that if your hands were wet or dirty, if you got gloves, whatever's going on, you're going to be able to get a hold of the slide pretty well. What's really nice is, as I mentioned before, it's optics cut. It's optics cut for a lot of the popular optics, and they mount directly to the slide, which you don't need any intermediate plates, and that's always preferred for me. It's always nice to eliminate any type of extra, any points of failure. The sights on here are really nice. They're steel sights. You've got a front trinium and high vis front sight, and then just a blacked out rear. So that's perfect on their part. Not going to change the sights at all. They work really well. And another part to look at on the slide is the barrel. The barrel is a fluted barrel. It's match grade. I had no problem with accuracy. We'll compare it to some of the standard Glocks and see if we get any better accuracy out of it. But it's supposedly a match grade barrel that's spiral fluted. The fluting is supposed to help get debris out and stuff. That might help. It does lighten the gun a little bit. And when I weighed the two guns, the XR920 weighed 2 ounces lighter than the Glock 19. So 2 ounces lighter, and some of that is due to just some of the material being machined away. You just have less material overall. So you're losing some weight there in the barrel, and you're also losing some weight on the slide. All right, let's look at the controls on this gun. So the mag release, really easy to get to. I had no problem, getting to the mag. And so, yeah, this gun comes with 2 Magpul magazines, as mentioned before. Here's kind of what that looks like. But, of course, all your standard Glock mags, fit in there. So if you've got plenty of Glock mags, like myself, it's really great. Any of your 17-rounders are going to fit right in there. And this gun also fits all of your holsters, your flashlights, any accessories that you have for Glock are going to typically fit inside of this XR920. All right, now next up, I want to look at the slide release. So the slide release works really well on this gun, really easy to get to. It is not ambidextrous like the Gen 5 Glocks. This is more set up like a Gen 4. You'll notice on the Gen 5 Glocks that you've got a single trigger pin there, whereas the Gen 4 and older all have a dual pin. All right, let's look at the trigger. So the trigger is 4.5 to 5 pounds, and I really, to me, it feels, I mean, I think that's really accurate. It's a very crisp and tactile trigger. It's got a really nice tactile reset. The reset is pretty decent. It's not like super short, but it's not super long either. And just, you know, starting from just looking at the trigger pull as a whole, so your first amount of take up, you know, is pretty light, probably about 3 pounds, and you hit a really definitive wall. Short travel and then a break. So trigger's pretty decent. It's definitely not a competition trigger by any means. There are lighter triggers out there for Glocks on the market. It is an aluminum trigger, and I do like that the trigger safety is actually fairly wide and doesn't bother your finger nearly as much. The trigger is flat faced, and it's also drop safe. So it's got all the great features that people are looking for in a duty use Glock. All right, shooters, that about does it for the Shadow System XR920. This is a great gun. I really love it. It is a Glock 45 clone, 17 rounds, 4-inch barrel. It takes my Glock 17 magazines. The gun has all the upgrades that you might want on a Glock. Now today I'm running some pretty serious drills where I'm incorporating my vehicle. If you've watched videos in the past, I do that pretty often, because if you're carrying for self-defense, to defend yourself or defend your family, you might end up in a situation where you're getting in and out of your vehicle, or when you're out and about, that might be when you need to use your weapon. Now, not everybody is able to train like this, and I also caution, if you do have the opportunity, that you follow the 4 safety rules for firearms. It's very important. You know, you never want to point this gun at yourself at any time during the drill. You also want to make sure that you're practicing really good trigger discipline when you're inside your vehicle. Not only do you not want to shoot your vehicle, but shooting your vehicle could cause ricochets or shrapnel to injure yourself or others around you. So be very careful. I train a lot. I shoot every week. I've been doing it for years, and I'm not new to shooting inside of a vehicle. If you've been watching the channel, you know that. But just always make sure you're practicing as realistic as possible. That's the way that I believe anybody that is carrying for defense should do. But also make sure you're practicing safe as possible. Now, this is an excellent firearm. The XR920 is just amazing. In the next video in this series, I'm going to be comparing this versus the Glock 19. We'll see how they shoot side by side. This is a Glock 45 clone, so we'll see if all of these upgrades help out in performance. And is the Shadow System worth the additional cost versus just buying an off-the-shelf Glock? All right, shooters, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and take a second, hit that like and subscribe button, support the channel. And as always, thank you all, and God bless.